Whoa! Did you see that? With Zach? Whoa. Whoa! Did you guys see that new movie, The Great Wall? I don't blame you if you didn't. It was kind of disappointing. The movie, it's about this wall, and it's a really great wall. It stars Matt Damon and that guy from Game of Thrones and a bunch of Chinese people and William Dafoe. William Dafoe's in it, but really, he's not really in it at all is the thing. He's basically plays the role of subtitles. Like, subtitles could have played his part. All he does is translate stuff. And, like, he doesn't really add anything to the plot. So William Dafoe's kind of in it, but, like, not really. So, like, Matt Damon and guy from Game of Thrones are, like, in New Mexico, and they're running in the desert on horses and stuff, and they're, like, thieves or something, and it's really cool. But, like, it takes place in China. So they keep running, and then eventually they run into the Great Wall of China. And they're like, whoa, this wall, this is a pretty big wall, because they're trying to get gunpowder. And so they're like, hey, there's all that gunpowder in there. What's in the wall? But hey, there's dragons. So the Chinese people are like, we're sick and tired of getting eaten by these dang dragons. So they built this big wall to protect themselves from the dragons. And that's the true story part of it. And so, like, Matt Damon comes up to the wall, and they're like, hey, there's these dragons coming, man. You want to help us fight? Or, like, they arrest him or something. I don't know. It's weird. And so then Matt Damon's like, okay. And then Matt Damon is, like, really good with a bow and arrow. And, like, they throw up a cup, and then he shoots it, and then the cup lands on the arrow. And it's like, what? That was so cool. Because it's, like, slow-mo type of thing. And it hits, like, right. It hits right on the bowl. So that's what I was like, sold. Okay. You're going to help us defeat the dragons. And, like, really nothing else interesting happens after this point. It's kind of disappointing. But, like, see, the thing is, it's such a good idea. It's such a fun, ridiculous, loony idea, you know? Because there's this, like, the Great Wall. Why did they build the pyramids? Why did they build the Great Wall? Why did they build the Leaning Tower of Pizza? I don't know. Maybe it was to fight dragons. That's so cool. And then you got all these different dragons coming. It could have been such a good movie. It could have been fun, corny schlock. But instead, it's just kind of boring. The dragons are cool, I guess. But, like, they're kind of more like lizards than dragons. I would have liked it if they were, like, real dragons with, like, fire and wings. But I guess if they had wings, then they wouldn't be able to fly. I mean, they would be able to fly, which would make the whole point of having a wall kind of moot. But, like, you know, maybe that's where you need the arrows, you know? Also, their weakness is magnets. So I feel like that instead of Matt Damon, they should have casted the Insane Clown Posse in this movie. This movie took itself too seriously, and it needed to be more anime and more weird and more like kind of Saturday morning cartoonishy, you know? It wasn't very fun. The action scenes weren't very imaginative, and if they would have taken like a little bit of silly effects, a little bit of just ridiculous Japan, Godzilla kind of stuff, that would have been awesome. That would have been neat. But instead, it's just kind of like very muted, like medievally, and Lord of the Rings does it better. A million movies do it better. What if you would have ripped off Attack on Titan? And like the Chinese army has like jetpacks, like those like grappling hook things, like pew pew pew, and then the dragons are flying by, and they're like pew pew pew, and it's just insane visual effects, and they're all like flying through the air, and it's just pew pew pew, and it would have been insane. But instead, we just get Matt Damon shooting bow and arrows, and we're just like, I mean, that's pretty cool. They did it in slow motion a couple times, so you could really see the arrow like twirl in the air, and then like, you know. And then, like, the whole big surprise, like, oh, hey, we got gunpowder, here's a bomb. And it's like, what jetpacks? Basically, if you just replace the entire Chinese army with Power Rangers, this movie would have been great. As it is, the movie's just kind of a little bit of a mess. It's not really fun to watch. I mean, the beginning, the initial fight scene's really cool. That's neat. But after that, it's kind of downhill, and it's not the fight scene's cool, but it's not really worth the whole ticket price because there's no real characters in there at all. China has a huge growing population of a movie going public, and they want to capitalize on that and make a whole lot of dough. So they're making a movie that appeals to China, but then they also want America to see it too because America has a whole lot of dough too, and then, like, you know, the production companies behind it. There's Chinese production companies, and then I think it was Legendary. I don't know, there's American production companies too. So they were like, let's make a baby. But the baby, instead of being a beautiful child, it was a monster. The movie really lacked imagination and fun. It was not anime enough. It was too serious, and that's disappointing it. So, like, should you go see this movie? Do I recommend it? Not really. Not at all. It's not that good. I don't know, maybe if it's on Netflix, you can catch, like, the couple of the fight scenes are kind of neat to think of. But, like, it could have been so much better. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's also not the best thing I've ever seen either. I think at the end of the day, I'd have to give The Great Wall a 3 out of 10. Under average, but not horrible. Well, that was my review of The Great Wall, and this is the first episode of my new movie review show. Whoa! Did you see that? With Zach Rowe. It's a play on my last name. I hope you enjoy it. I'll probably go see more movies and talk about them again, even though this one was really bad. But, like, it's going to get better. It's all about practice. So have a great day, and go see some more movies, and we'll talk about it. Just not The Great Wall. Maybe go see it if you want to. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but, you know, Lego Batman's better.